Alright, so I'm back with another review. These are the Autogeek Big Blue Microfiber drying towels. I was sent these as part of a giveaway from on the forum, thanks to Nick, um, formerly of Autogeek, now at McKee's 37. So he sent me these towels. There's three sizes, and the one on the far right, this guy, let's see if I can see my finger, this guy here is, look at my notes here, 18 by 8. It's 1200 GSM. That's for all of them, and they're all Korean microfiber towels. The small one, starting from the very right, is $15.99. The next biggest size is 18 by 26. And that one's $23.99. Then the big one is 28 by 40, and that's $45.99. So what I have here, I have them sitting on my, this is the factory hood off my 1999 Pontiac Grand Prix, so it kind of gives you an idea of how big these towels are. They're pretty big, especially the largest size. So if we put them together here, kind of give you an idea of how they compare to each other in terms of overall size. So again, they're real thick, plush. They're not going to scratch or clear coat. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this panel wet. I just wiped it down with the waterless wash, so I'm just going to go ahead and rinse it off because I'm going to do another review, and then I'm going to kind of see how each towel works, and we'll see how they go. So I did wash them before I used them. So these have been washed once, and microfiber detergent. I use Poor Boys microfiber cleaner. So let me just go ahead and get the panel wet and then we'll take a look at them and compare each one. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a shower on have the shower sitting on my nozzle, and we're just going to wet down the hood. So I use this hood as my test panel for sealants, waxes, polishing. I kind of just use this for pretty much anything, and I'm going to go ahead and we'll try out the big towel. So on the forum, I'm saying on the forum, so on the Autogeek store, it said that these are good towels for blotting because they're so thick. Well, let's try that out. I'm going to lay it on this side because it's got more water. I'm going to put down the big one. So bear with me because I only have one hand and I'm filming this on my iPhone. Alright, so that's how much area that big towel covers. That's a lot of area. So if we just blot, and I'm going to go ahead and lift the towel and see how much water this thing picks up. Okay. Alright. Just fold this over. So that is definitely dry compared to down here, which has a bunch of water on it. So just blotting this thing dry really picked up a lot of water just by blotting it. So let me get the next towel, which is the next size up, and we're going to blot. I'll just do this little area here. So by blotting, you avoid rubbing on the surface, which of course will limit your wash-induced marring, or swirls as people refer them to, and scratches. So here you go, again blotted dry. don't know if you guys can see it. This is where the water was picked up. Pull it back. That is also dry in the area I blotted. Now if I wanted to, let me go ahead and put this one back down. Let's try dragging this over with this remaining water. Alright, you can see it picked everything up. So it's pretty dry here. I don't have to go back over it and wipe it off. So this one worked pretty well. And let me get the smallest one here. So here's the small guy. So you kind of see how plush this one is. That's a lot of cushion there. You kind of see my hand sitting, and here's the surface of the hood. So it's a lot of cushion. Now with these plush towels, the only issue I've ever had, because this towel reminds me, I'll bring it side by side, of, this is the Rag Company Everest 1100 towel. This is 1100 GSM, this one's 1200 GSM. So you kind of get an idea how thick these are. They're pretty close to each other. And with these towels, they work really well with a rinseless wash, and they work really well with like final buff, like real light buff. But that's about it, because you can see my hand has a lot of movement because there's a lot of cushion in between there. So that's the only drawback I have with these towels, but they're really plush. Other than that, these are good towels. So let's go blot another area with this one. This one is thicker than the Rag Company one. I'm gonna unfold it here. Let me just do this area here. So if you sheet rinse your car and you don't have a lot of water, and if you have a good form of protection, whether it's a wax or a sealant or coating, and you sheet rinse your car, you're not gonna have a lot of water on the surface, so you can blot and it won't take that long. Again, that is dry. So let me go ahead and fold this towel into force like this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe off this area right here. Get in there. So it soaks up a lot of water. Yeah, so they soak up a lot of water. It does feel a little grabby when you first get it wet, similar to the Rag Company towels, but you don't need a lot of pressure. I mean, look, I was able to dry all that fairly easily. So that's the small size, and then here's the medium size. I'm going to pick up the water in this spot. Same process. Remaining water here. We're going to do another review for another product after I finish wiping this down, but that picked up a lot of water as well. And the only one that I didn't get to try in that method is the big one, but the big one will perform the same. Now this big one, this will actually work really well for large panels, of course. Trucks, SUVs, vans, minivans, maybe a large sedan that's got a lot of panels. Now now when you start folding it, this is probably when you're going to run into issues, because look how thick that is when you try to fold it. That is one thick towel. So if you're going to try to get into small areas, yeah, you might want to just stick with one of the smaller ones. Kind of give you an idea how thick they are. So for this one, I'd probably just use it open, flat, soak up any water on like a roof or a hood or a trunk, and then maybe on the sides of like on the doors. I'd probably use this guy here. I think that'd be a good towel for that. And then smaller surfaces, of course, you can use this. Maybe glass windows. I think that would be a good fit for them. Or maybe you're gonna do a detail spray wipe down or a spray wax. This will work too. So, other than being super plush, I don't know how heavy they'll get when they soak up a lot of water. This one's pretty heavy already. I can tell just with one hand that it's pretty heavy. So once it soaks up a lot of water, I can just imagine that it's going to be pretty heavy. But again, if you're just going to use it for large panels, it's not a problem. So that's just a quick take on the Big Blue drying towels from Autogeek. I'll post a link in the show more part of this. We can pick them up, but these are the towels. So if you're looking for a nice plush drying towel, these are probably the ones to get. I'll read the prices out again. We'll go from left to right. So that one is the 18 by 26 on the far left. And that one is $24, $23.99. And the one in the middle is the 18 by 8, and that one's $15.99. And the one on the far right, the big one, is 28 by 40, and that is $45.99. So those are the prices. Autogeek's always having sales. You can always just buy them while they're on sale. Alright, so thanks for watching. I try to keep this short, but this will have to do. And if you have any questions, post in the comments and I'll respond. Alright, so thanks for watching.